I mean, the smell of the trees and the feel of the wind and just to look into the water at a lake and see perch swimming around and, you know, to see my sweet father or mother and how good they are and, you know, to just imagine them down the road becoming old and dying. It's just, it's all poetry. And to see the innocence of my children and how good they are and to realize that all that matters is that we have a free world for them and for your children. It is so real. All that needs to be guarded is freedom. If you have freedom, everything else flows from it. We must protect the good. We must protect the pure. We must protect the genetics of the plants and the animals and the humans. That is the real environmental issue. And the globalists are rewriting the entire genetic programming of the earth right now. This is a genetic dictatorship that's being established. And all that matters is that we beat these people. They are vandals. They are psychopaths. Beauty to them is destruction and ashes and burned cities and deformity and sickness. Hell is being released. And you look back at our ancestors and all the struggles they went through, and all of the women who went through childbirth, and all of our ancestors that fought and died to protect our tribes and our people, and all of the struggles. It's always been a struggle against good and evil, against the true human spirit and the dark, psychopathic minority that always seeks after power. We must meet them on the field of intellectual, economic, and spiritual and philosophical battle. And I am here. I'm suited up. I'm in the war. What about you? Let's go ahead and go back to your calls. Marissa in New York, you're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Alex. I wanted to thank you for educating me and people that I'm sending your information to. I think you're a real hero, and you have a lot of courage, and people should appreciate it. I don't think enough people do. So I have a couple things I want to tell you. I have sort of an unconventional idea of the world. I really don't believe that we're in a fight against good and evil. I think it's more intelligence and stupidity. And I don't think we've ever been ruled by any intelligent life down here. And I think when you say that somebody's evil, that's sort of giving them a compliment.
Well, Marissa, there's a lot of ignorant people that serve this system through ignorance. I agree with you there, but I have read literally hundreds and hundreds of globalist white papers. We've posted them on the websites. We've read from them here on air. This is an organized program that we're facing. This is extremely organized and is a intelligence that, if anything, is beyond human and is the old devil.
Okay. I believe that there is such a thing as evil and good, but I also believe that human beings have trouble facing what they are, which is very unevolved and stupid, which is kind of like we have never really been controlled.
Well, humans are multifaceted. There's the worst and the best in us.
Yeah, but if we were really intelligent, we wouldn't have wars continually. We wouldn't have people with weak
But ma'am, the globalists orchestrate those wars to consolidate power. These are well planned out. These aren't...
people. And the bottom line is you're constantly sort of complimenting these people like they are dumbing us down. They are so below the average person. These people are way below you and myself. Intelligence-wise, I don't care if they go to Harvard, I don't care if they're in Yale. They are way below average, and they're threatened by intelligent people, very threatened because they...
I mean, they are, but I'm saying they're conscious in what they're doing. I agree that it's a mind trick. They believe they're smart because they're so cold-blooded. They believe that's a strength when really it's a weakness. So I agree with you on that point, and they're destroying human society. And I do believe the elite are delusional, allowing all this open-air, cross-species genetic engineering because it threatens their planet and our planet. But I have read their writings, and let me tell you, they're smart.
No, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. You're a great guy. I really believe they have damaged DNA, and they are destroying their own genetics. I doubt they're people who are very educated in nutrition. I doubt they're eating properly, and they're inbreds. And I think they have damaged DNA, and our society...
Well, I will agree with you this. The elites worldwide have interbred with other elites who tend to be cunning, manipulative, ruthless, sadistic, psychopathic. And so we are dealing with, whether they be Chinese or Jewish or European, German, whatever, they're basically, these elites are all the same in that they're ruthless. But I appreciate your call, man. We're going to go to break and come back and take a few more calls. And at 8 after, Paul Joseph Watson is going to be joining us with key information in the second hour and your calls then as well. I wanted to tell listeners real fast about some important events that are coming up. This coming July 24th, there's going to be Alan Keyes, Dr. Chuck Baldwin are the keynote speakers for the Faith and Liberty Conference in Denver, Colorado. These distinguished patriots will be tackling the globalist orchestrated economic crisis along with the financial industry experts such as Don McAlvey, banking whistleblower George W. Hunt, privacy expert Dr. Catherine Albrecht, along with many others, Daryl Rundis. This is important information, so find out more at faithandliberty2010.com. We're live. It's hour number 2. Leah, Tony, Eddie, Taylor, and others. I'm going to get to all of you. The toll-free number to join us is 1-800-259-9231. Paul Watson coming up in the next segment to talk about road warrior level collapse imminent. How do we avert this? How do we bring the globalists that have orchestrated this to justice? We'll also talk about top-level Clinton official, only a terror attack can save Obama, and a bunch of other news that is coming out that we haven't even gotten to yet, dealing with Arizona, the borders, the BP oil leak. They claim it's fixed. They've said this many times. We hope this is the case. That's all coming up. But right now, Leah in Kentucky, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. Thank you. I just wanted to compliment you, first of all, on your excellent breakdown of the playbook from the economic hitman in your emergency message. I think this is vital to people's understanding. I know when I try to wake people up, 2 of the disconnects that I find are, 1, well, the economy's just not doing well now, but you know that happens. And with that disconnect, what they need to understand is that it is being destroyed by design. The second thing they could be missing is that when an economy is destroyed by design, it's a very, very bad sign for that group of people being destroyed. And I think a good example of this is what happened in some cases to Native Americans. You take control of their economy, corral them, and they're at your mercy, and you destroy them.
Well, actually, the Soviets, Stalin and Hitler both wrote and said they were using, with their work camps, with their gulags, with their concentration camps, the model that was used first by the British in the New World and then by the U.S. Army in the 1850s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And you take them, you re-educate them, you cut them off from resources, you put them on reservations, and then you basically incrementally wipe them out. And that's what's being done to everyone now. And that is the IMF World Bank model economically. That is what Maurice Strong and the UN say. That's what the carbon tax is. It is meant to destroy industrial societies, to render us weak. And I mean, you know, here's Time Magazine, the only child myth. And I knew when I saw this, before I got it off the newsstand, I knew what it would say when I opened up the article, and it says, the economy's bad. The answer is don't have more than 1 child. It's better for your carbon footprint to only have 1 or no children. This is all being pushed everywhere. They don't. The globalists have gotten the world through fraud. Now they don't want to enslave us. They want to enslave us so they can then kill us. And people better get the magnitude of this through their brains.
Exactly. Exactly. So I had an idea of a call to action. I know a lot of us are missing that 4th hour. We enjoy listening to you, but we understand you have very important things to do. I think people who have discernment, who have wisdom, who have understanding, have seen what's been going on, should take that 4th hour now and research positive, peaceful, and proactive steps that they can take. Use that 4th hour start today.
Well, listen, I agree with you, but also you heard the earlier caller talk about how he's gotten together with his neighbors, and they're having meetings every week about what they're going to do during this collapse. Nothing is more valuable than friends and family you can count on and knowing something's coming before it fully arrives. Now we're already into it, but we've only sunk a little bit into this. And again, if we point out the globalists have engineered this, they will have to back off and put the brakes on it. But if they think they can get away with creating the crisis and getting more power out of it, they're going to accelerate it. As Thomas Jefferson said, the level of tyranny you will live under is the exact point that you start resisting. The sky's the limit with these people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alex. We pray for you every day.
Thank you. I can feel your prayers in my spirit. And God bless you. I appreciate your prayers more than you can imagine. Well, you can probably actually imagine it. You can feel other people's prayers for you. And I pray for all of you and this entire planet every day. And I pray that God will lift up other leaders worldwide, whether you're listening in Mexico or Russia or Japan or Germany, whether you're listening in Israel or England or South Africa, that you will realize that God needs you to be a leader. We'll be right back. Stay with us.